Okay. If not, let's move on to 9.3, page 274 in your book, mass flow rate. Okay, mass flow rate. We've talked about volumetric flow rate. Are we talking about volume flow rate here? Have not talked about mass flow rate. So volumetric flow rate was, we did this in, where is this? 8 point, I'm trying to find the section here. 8.4, no, 8.5, a volume flow rate. We did volume flow rate. Okay, so the volumetric flow rate, we said Q was basically volume per second, right? Okay, so it's mass flow rate is nothing more than if I went ahead and multiplied both sides by the density, okay? So it's a fairly common, same concept here. All you're doing is multiplying the density to the volumetric flow rate. So because now you have this guy per second, right? And this guy is what? This guy, the rho is what? Mass over the volume, right? So if I multiply this guy over, so this basically becomes mass. So this is going to be mass flow rate, okay? So mass flow rate is nothing more than the density times the volumetric flow rate, okay? So for the most part, you're going to have the ins and the outs are going to have the same density, okay? You're not going to have that many things that the density is going to change within the system that much, okay? Drastically enough, okay? So there you go. So that's the volume flow rate, mass flow rate. So if you go to page 274, there is a equation there. Mass flow rate is mass divided by time, just as we said. So it's going to be kilograms per second, slug or pound mass per second. Okay. So that's that. So, okay, on page 9.6, it gives you the relationship between the volumetric flow rate and the mass flow rate that we just talked about here. Underneath that equation is an interesting fact there. It says the mass flow rate calculation is also important in excavation or tunnel digging projects in determining how much soil can be removed in one day or 1 week, taking into consideration the parameter of the digging and the transport machines. Okay, so this kind of stuff is, why is this important? Because you need to know how much dirt you're removing from the site to have, you want to make sure you have enough trucks, dump trucks that can take it out, right? If you don't have enough dump trucks to take it out, you got a problem there, right? You have a point where you have a limiting factor, mainly the number of trucks or the size of the trucks, that's going to prohibit or limit your daily production, right? Okay, so that's kind of interesting there, right? There you go. So that is 9.3. Let me go ahead and, all right, let's work on the homework first. So, are there any questions? Are there any questions about what we talked about? Again, it's the same concept. You've done this before, just in volumetric flow rate. Now this is just mass flow rate, okay?